G'day folks, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Okay, got a fun-packed session for you today. First of all, I'd just like to touch on the financial aspects of what's going on in the world at the moment. This is the 10-year US Treasury note or bond, and as you can see, just before the new year, it took off. This was where it was in October, and then it started to take off. Got up to 2.6. If you remember, I said it can't keep at those levels or it will physically break just about every emerging economy and other nations around the world because of interest rates refunds. Okay, so as you know, or as you can see, it keeps getting forced down to 2.3. It'll go, the bond vigilantes get involved, they take it up to 2.5, and the Federal Reserve whacks it back down to 2.3, up to 2.5, back down to 2.3. Okay, now we're just going up again to 2.5. Should stay there for another couple of days maybe, and then it will go down to 2.3. There's a couple of reasons why this is absolutely crucial. For everyone to understand what's going on at the moment. On the 15th of this month, the US Treasury note the US debt ceiling is reached on the 15th of this month, March. Now, I've been warning about this since day one, and there is nowhere else for anyone to run anymore. On the 15th of March, two things are going to happen. One of either is going to happen. Either they're going to physically ignore it and start printing more money, and i.e. raise the debt ceiling, but to raise the debt ceiling, you're talking trillions, folks. They have to add at least $7 trillion. So the debt goes from 20 trillion to $27 trillion in one easy go. That's to pay off all the debt and to actually borrow more debt into the future. So they don't just borrow a couple of bucks, they borrow trillions because they've got to pay back trillions. Or Trump says enough's enough, we're not going to do this anymore. Either way, and you know what I mean, either way, it all comes to a grinding halt. Because if they do decide to just keep borrowing more money, that will signify that there's nothing else there's nothing that they can do, and it's all a big Ponzi scheme, and the markets will react accordingly. If they go the opposite way, then the same thing happens. So do you see my point? It doesn't matter if they keep printing money and they keep withholding markets, manipulating markets, and whatever they're doing, because it's all coming screaming down on the 15th of March. There's nothing they can do anymore. So I would urge all of you to go out and buy food and water starting right now, because it is going to happen. It's the mere fact that they've kept it going this long is a complete mystery. In 50 years' time, people look back at this and just they'll do doctorates and theses on how they did this, how they manipulated markets to keep it going, kept silver prices down, gold prices down, everything. It'll just be one big mystery, a big event to start for people to study. But right now, that doesn't concern us because what we need to worry about is the now, and the now is that shit's gonna hit the fan and you better make sure your family's looked after. I.e., end of sermon. I've said enough on it before. If you don't believe me, then you're in for the world's biggest shock. Here we go. These are the current temperatures in Perth. Now, what it doesn't really say there is just how bloody awful it is here at the moment. 37 degrees, and that's light, by the way. There's some that are saying 40. It's just horrible here, folks. We've been going through the last month of absolute horror weather. But it's not so much that we're not used to the heat here, it's just the humidity. The humidity is absolutely killing everybody. It's that humid here. It's like living back in the tropics. And I'm not lying about that. Here is the weather for March in 2016. Now, interesting to note that the temperatures from the 1st of March all the way through, except for 2 days, are in the 20s, more or less. And if they get up a bit, it's very low 30s. So we're about 10 degrees warmer than we should be at the moment for March. But interestingly, there was one big spike day, which was 39.3 at approximately the same date as what it's going to be this year, which is interesting. And last year was bad enough, but these dates here, we've now exceeded all these dates by about 10 degrees for the whole month, each day. That's how bad it is. And what they don't show you is the humidity. The humidity is just disgusting here at the moment. People shift to Perth, by the way, because it's a desert. So you should have dry heat. It no longer has dry heat, folks. Okay, moving on. The picture you're looking at is a picture I took myself yesterday when I was down the park with my dogs. Yesterday from 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock, or from 11 o'clock they started chemtrailing at the sun. Exactly at the sun. You could actually see the planes there doing it. Now we don't get very much chemtrailing here, as I've said before, because of the winds. We're the third or second windiest city in the world, so we do get pretty strong winds, which rip up from the southwest. Now, those winds were still here yesterday, thankfully, because it brings the weather down a bit. So these clouds here, there was hundreds, literally hundreds. You could actually just about count every single line. Look, and they were in a square block that went for about a couple of 100 kilometres around, square. They didn't do the zigzag, the crisscross pattern, the checkered plate. It was just one line after one line after one line. So I'm not sure how many planes it was, but it was a bloody lot of them. Now here's the interesting thing. This was at 6 o'clock at night. So it was just about 6 o'clock on the dot. So wherever they did this chemtrailing must have been a couple of 100 kilometres away. So the wind blew through and went over the sun at exactly the time they wanted to, which is, I'll give them credit, that's pretty well done when you take into account the winds and everything else, and they had to get it right, and they did. You couldn't see jack shit out of through the chemtrails yesterday, and like I said, it was actually just one big square. So 10 out of 10 for performance, quality performance, because they did a fantastic job, I have to admit. But, and I said to Strop, well, it's only because it was a square, then it was only in Perth. So I said I'll go on the coast cams and have a look later. But the interesting thing is they chemtrailed everywhere yesterday. Anywhere and everywhere on the coastline. So technically it was a feat of magnificent logistics, if anything else. So it's just amazing how much they are chemtrailing at the moment. But what I want to show you mainly okay, well this is Trig Beach on coast cams. Now I'm going to show you all the cams together and then I'm going to point something out to you that will just will just shock you. As you can clearly see the chemtrails in the back there. So they've chemmed the crap out of it again. And as I said, this is in Perth. So yeah, it is pretty bad here yesterday. The worst I've ever seen it. But then again, the day before there wasn't anything. So it's just weird how they're doing it. Okay, I'll stop it there. Now I'll go to Jurien Bay. Now this is Jurien Bay, which is a few hours north of Cairns. About 4 hours, 5 hours north of Cairns. So you can actually see the chemtrailing. How much money must it be costing them just to do this shit? Honestly, you've got people starving in the world and they're running around pouring this shit into the sky. Okay, well you can clearly see the chemtrailing. This is Jurien Bay Harbour Camp. Once again, you can clearly see chemtrails. And this is Mandra. Look at that. Once again, you can clearly see that they're chemtrailing. But here's the interesting thing. Why are they chemtrailing here in Perth? They're obviously not doing it to change our weather patterns. So why would they be doing it? There's only one reason, folks, and that's to stop us seeing something. Because they're not doing this to do anything to do with our weather pattern. Although our weather has changed. But they're not doing it for that. I can tell you that right now. What I'm going to show you is, remember I said to you ages ago that if you watch the water will reflect whatever's in the sky. And that still stands true even though there is chemtrails. And you guys are going to go, Prep, you are absolutely crazy. And before I even show you what I'm going to show you, I have no idea how I came about this and how I was led to it. So let's go. See the sun? See the water? See those there on the water just here? Looks like waves, doesn't it? but it's not waves, folks. It's actually reflecting something from above. Now just keep an eye on it, and if you have to at your end, because I can only take it so high up because of the I lose the settings here. So just keep an eye on that. Just keep watching that area. And you guys are all thinking, this guy's lost it. You see that? Look, just in front of the cursor, see the little black dot? What's that little black dot? See it? Just there? Now you're starting to see it. See the ones up here? See it there again? Look. See the big one there? See it again? Oh, see it again? Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. See, there's two there now. See these three over here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Big one again. Another big one. Okay, well I'm obviously showing you for a reason, aren't I? So let me go to screenshots. Okay, here we go. It's actually a little bit hard for me to do this because I've got to get it at the right size. But you'll get the picture. Uh-huh. Sorry. Right, start again. Right, see the little black dot just there? See it? Okay. See the planets or the objects? Gets better, folks. One, 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 one. Don't ask me now, ask me how I picked out this stuff, folks, because I couldn't tell you even if I wanted to. See the planets up here? Or objects. So I shouldn't call them planets, should I? Let's go to the next one. You see them in there, folks? Still don't see it? Now remember, if it's giving out a dot that size, it's gonna have to be that size. That's not gonna tell you how big it is. That is how big it is. Does that make sense? You see it? Now you see it? Can't miss it, folks. It is friggin' ginormous. You see this one down here? This one here? Those two there? One, and this couple underneath it. Yeah, they're alright, folks. Not making it up. This is one I did earlier. Clearly see it. Look, that's a better shot of it. You see the two underneath it. One, one, two, 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 two. One, two. Some of them don't come out too good because of the way the screen is, the sun is, but we'll give it a good go. There it is there. See it there. The most shocking thing is, folks, that they are literally there and they are massive. It's all about trying to get the right colour combinations. There you go. One there, and that's it there. See it? That's reflecting that. Move on to the next one. So you got one there, and one up here. And as I said, it's all about trying to find the right combination of whether you're inverting it. You know, this one stands out like crazy. Look at that. Bugger it. Try and do this as quick as I can. you go. 1, 2. You go. 1, 2. Look at the sheer size of these things, folks. Like, it's not a game anymore, is it? Look, one there, one there, one there, one there. If I had the time, I could spend hours and hours and hours going through these and finding the absolute right combinations, but folks, I don't have time at the moment because I'm slowly but surely slipping behind on things that I'm supposed to be doing at home, which is causing lots of problems. So I'm giving you the scaled down version. But look, you can clearly see them there. Look, one, there's another two in there somewhere. Like, like I said, that one there is that one there. See, it's just slightly bigger. Might even be that one there. Well, there's two there. One, two, two here. Maybe I was wrong. But they're there, folks. Sadly, I have to tell you, they are actually there. Some obviously come out better than others. But you can see them in there. So basically, well, there you go. That's probably the best one. You see it there, easy. Okay, folks, and just to prove that it wasn't a fluke, this is Trig Beach. Look, you see it again? Look, see the waves. Look, see the difference? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably 6 up there. So let's have a look at Trig. Let's go shopping. Okay, well, here's some I did earlier. In actual fact, this was the one that I really wanted to show you. This is Geraldton. Be prepared to be amazed. This one or the other one? Hang on a sec. Yeah, it'd help if I got the right picture. Righto. Let me show you this one. Okay. I don't even have to show you, you can see it already. See that? Look. Look at the size of it, folks. That is one effing great planet, folks. Not only that, you've got that one, that one, that one. Excuse me, there's another one up here. There's a couple over here, but this is the main culprit here. And that's not the sun, folks, unfortunately. No matter what I do, it shows up. And these two here are just as big. Those two there, and I'm pretty sure there's another couple mingled in there. They're the shadows that you could, they're the other dots that you could see on the other ones that I was showing you. That's why they're chemtrailing, folks. They don't want you to see this frigging great thing here. They don't want you to see any of it, actually, but they don't want you to particularly see this thing that I've been pointing out to you for the last couple of weeks, which is just ginormous. And as I said, this is Trig Beach. This is just a different angle on it. Watch the dots there as you take the levels, the gamma level down. They're there, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not the sea. There's another couple on this side as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Maybe even 9. They're in that cloud there, and you got to try and break through to see them. Sorry, that was the Mandra one. There was some in Mandra as well, and you could clearly see them. I think I did this one because you could actually see this here. Oh, that's what it was. That one there. The size of that one. And if Augusto's watching, Augusto, that one's for you, mate. Let me take it down to 100 because it gets a bit out of whack. It's in Augusto, it's in the same place as it was last time. Exactly the same place as the blue one I sent you the other day. Just want to show you something, folks. This is a picture that I took or not a picture I took, but a screen capture that I got about 10 days ago. You notice that everything went red in the shot, except this. This went blue. Notice the wings on it. Okay. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because it's in exactly the same position as that one. I don't want to take it up too much more because it'll get distorted. But you can clearly see it there. And on that note, here you go folks, this is the last one. Bored you enough probably. That there, that black dot, is that one there. Could even be this one here, perhaps. Let's have a look. Yeah, yeah, I think it's that one there. Oh yeah, and then there's two more up there, look. That one and those two. You see those? Clear as a bell. That one and those two. Sorry, wrong ones. There's another one there though. Look, at the end of the day, folks, they're bloody everywhere. They're bloody massive and they're there. They're not there, they're here. probably makes more sense. See, there's that blue one again. Alright, folks. God bless. Speak to you next time.